Right, is anyone else excited about the fact that both Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck are both coming back to play Batman again in Flashpoint? Because I feel like this news has just been like completely forgotten about in the last few months. Hey guys, welcome to my Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice review. It's my second review on lead up to Wonder Woman 84. It was released in 2016 and directed by Zack Snyder. In this review, I'm going to be talking about what I liked, what I didn't like, and then my overall thoughts on the film. And also, it's going to have spoilers, so if you haven't seen it or you don't care about spoilers, I'm just letting you know. So kicking off with what I liked, I really liked Ben Affleck in the role as Batman. I thought he killed it in the role. He managed to get across the multiple personas of Bruce Wayne and Batman. So when he's in public, when he's in the Batcave at Alfred, and when he's actually Batman, I thought it was awesome. And I just love this approach to Batman. He's just like seasoned, bulky, brutal version of the character, and just doesn't care what he does. Although I would have liked it a bit more if he didn't like kill people in it, but I think this brutal version of Batman really works for an older version of him, and I was a big fan of it. And I thought Ben Affleck killed it in the role. It was intimidating. It was just scary as well at points. Like those points you look at him, and you're like, that is terrifying. And also the warehouse scene when he's just like wiping out those guys in that warehouse, just taking them on one by one, and he's just brutally beating them up. I thought it was awesome, and in my opinion, it's actually the best Batman action sequence I've seen in live action. Again, I liked Henry Cavill in the role of Superman. I do wish he had a little more to do in it, and he did say a little more. But I did like him in the role, and you can see how he is just like he just wants to help out as much as he can, even though the world hates him. And I was a huge fan of how they handled the events of Man of Steel, like the way that basically all the destruction he caused is a plot point in this movie, and basically makes him like enemy number one, and everybody's just terrified of him. And obviously you have supporters of him as well. But it was just this like unique, interesting take because in the comics he's always like loved by everyone. So it was great to see this like unique approach where people are actually quite sketchy of him and quite wary of what he's like because of how powerful he actually is and the damage he caused in Metropolis. Also, Gal Gadot makes her first appearance as Wonder Woman in this movie, and she was awesome in it. I loved how they managed to fit her in, and I felt like she actually worked a lot in the movie, and she didn't feel shoehorned in like a lot of other characters did. She actually felt fit into the movie, and her arc with Bruce Wayne was actually very good, and I liked how it kind of led into her and the Wonder Woman movie. It was all thought out very well in that aspect, and she was just badass in all the fight scenes she was in as well. The action sequences in this movie are just awesome as well. Like the CGI is top notch, and Zack Snyder really knows how to capture a lot of iconic images from the comics. There's a lot of throwbacks to the Dark Knight Returns in this movie, and it's great. And the Death of Superman as well. There's a lot of great throwbacks to the comics, and a lot of the scenes in this just look like comic book panels, which I thought was just amazing in the movie. And you can really tell he is a big fan of the source material, of a lot of the way it's shot and looks, because there is times you're watching it and it does look like a live action comic book, and a lot of the shots in it do look like comic book panels, which I thought was awesome. I love the score in the movie as well. Like the music, it just added so much more to the scenes, especially the action scenes. The music just was like powerful and intense, and it really enhanced a lot of the scenes it was in and just made it awesome. So when it comes to like aspects I didn't like, I thought Lex Luthor in it just I wasn't a huge fan of the way he was in it. Personally, I prefer like a more like businessman, methodical type of Lex Luthor as opposed to like Jesse Eisenberg's version. I like Jesse Eisenberg as an actor, but this portrayal of Lex Luthor just wasn't for me. It felt more like Riddler from Batman Forever, and it actually felt a bit out of place with the movie as well. Like I get why he didn't like Superman as well, but it just acted so weird in it. He did have a lot of cool scenes, but overall, like I just wasn't huge on him and as a role, and I just wasn't big on his version of the character in general. Doomsday and the death of Superman in the movie just felt very shoehorned in as well. They didn't have to have Doomsday in the movie. I felt like they only had him in it just so Batman and Superman had a reason to team up again at the end. But it just felt very shoehorned in, and the death of Superman just was way too soon. Like we'd only had one solo movie with Superman, and then they kill him off in the next one, and then obviously they just bring him back again in Justice League. So I didn't really see the point in that. While it was an emotional scene, and it was like the music and everything in it was great, and it all looked amazing, it just was this like stupid plot point I really didn't think we needed because we hadn't really seen a lot of Superman yet. Like I said, I wanted Henry Cavill to have more in this movie, so the fact they killed him off just kind of bummed me out a bit. I just wasn't huge on what they done and why they done it personally. In the theatrical version as well, it's been really obvious. It's been a lot of key important scenes taken out, like Superman being framed by Lex Luthor, and also why Superman wants to go up against Batman. Because when you see like Superman want to fight Batman, it genuinely just looks like that Superman is just fighting back, and that's all it looked like. But when you watch the Ultimate Edition, you see that he does actually have motivation for it, and it's a good motivation. And I also wasn't a huge fan of Batman wanting to straight up kill Superman. I feel like it would have been better if he was just like wanted to question Superman and make him accountable for what happened in Metropolis and Man of Steel. I feel like that would have worked out a lot better, because as much as I loved the fight scene, I just wasn't big on the fact that Batman wanted to just straight up murder Superman. It just didn't feel fitting to Batman in general. And also, like, the fact that Batman does kind of straight up kill people in this movie is a bit of a put off, because I love Batman and he's built one rule is that he doesn't kill. And I feel like this movie kind of ignored that. But as much as I loved the fight scene between Batman and Superman because it was awesome, obviously you have the Martha scene, which I get what they were going for, but it just came off a bit cheesy and unneeded. This movie as well, it just feels like it's trying to juggle a lot at one time, and it feels like it just can't handle it sometimes. Like, it's trying to introduce Batman, it's trying to be a sequel to Man of Steel, and it's trying to set up the Justice League as well, and also introduce Wonder Woman. So I felt like if maybe they just like honed in a few of those aspects, like maybe introducing Batman and being a sequel to Man of Steel, like it would have worked a lot better instead of trying to shoehorn the Justice League. Like the wee bit where he finds the files and all the members, and they all have like logos and stuff, as if someone on LexCorp literally was like, you know what, I'm going to make them a wee logo as well. But I felt it just tried to handle a bit too much at the one time, and the movie kind of suffered because of it, because it was trying to set up Justice League as well with the nightmare sequence, which was awesome by the way. I thought the nightmare sequences worked a lot, but they just felt a little shoehorned in. So overall, I know I went in like a wee bit of a rant there about some parts in the movie, but I do enjoy Batman v Superman a lot. Like I can rewatch it from time to time. Although I do prefer the Ultimate Cut as opposed to the theatrical version, because the theatrical version just doesn't make sense sometimes. But the Ultimate Cut is a much better movie in my opinion, and I can sit and rewatch that a good amount of times. And if I was to give them a rating, I'd give the theatrical cut like a C plus, and the Ultimate Cut a B plus. I feel like the Ultimate Cut does clear up a lot of problems with the movie, apart from like the third act of Doomsday. But it is a much better movie, and a lot of the characters have more motivations in general. So if you enjoyed this video guys, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and also let me know your thought of Batman v Superman, and does the Ultimate Edition make it a bit better for you? And also let me know if there's any other movies you want me to review, because I cover like anything movie related, pop culture with comics, movies, TV shows. I'm going to dabble in a bit of gaming. I keep promising, but I promise I will. And just any of that kind of stuff. So if you're into that kind of content guys, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the like button, and also check out my Instagram, because that way you'll see what future videos I have coming up soon. So thanks a lot for watching guys, see you in the next video.